Hello, beautiful souls. I'm here to give you my 2021 predictions. So, I think first we have to take a little look at 2020. Everyone is having a very different experience. So, it's important that we remember compassion with one another. Some people have experienced massive loss. Some people have made great spiritual gains and personal gains this year, but everyone is experiencing it a little differently. And I think it's important that we have compassion for one another. I see a lot of stuff on social media about, I'm over you 2020, goodbye. I think we have to be careful. I don't think 2020 is going to ghost the party. It will leave as quietly as Trump will leave the White House next month. It's been a volatile year, and we can expect a little bit more of that on the way out. Let's just talk about the virus and get that out of the way. About 3 weeks ago, I did a podcast, and one of my predictions was that it's a year of five. 5 energy rules change. So 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 equals 5. So we are in a 5 universal year. And this is the energy that the collective is going to experience. So I predicted the virus would mutate. And I don't think what's happening right now, they just started talking about it yesterday, is the end of that. It learns, it's smart. So there's going to be mutations. They won't necessarily know how effective the vaccine will be. I'm also expecting drama around the vaccine, not necessarily with its safety, but with its delivery and logistically. There seems to be some challenges with that. Other 5 years, looking to the past, they were dealing with Ebola or with the avian flu. So a pandemic and 5 energy isn't really anything new. So we will move through it. We will deal with it. But this hope that we return to some type of normal is normal's gone, or what it was. We're creating a new normal. I'm expecting huge advancements in the healthcare field this year. Looking again to past breakthroughs in medicine, you had the first heart transplant in 1967. Oh, sorry, wrong year. Yes, 1967. The Human Genome Project happened under a 5-year. So just as time is moving right now, we just saw a vaccine developed in 10 months that should have taken a decade. Time is shifting, and the advancements are going to be fast and furious. I'm also expecting there to be a highlight on the opioid crisis. The word opioid actually comes out as a 5 when you assign numerical values to the letters. And so I'm thinking that this is the year where people start to really look for a solution around it. 5 energy wants to teach us about moderation. It rules addictions and addictive behavior. So I think this is a year where compassion will meet addictions, and we'll see some serious movement in that. My next prediction is that we are likely to see some very dramatic and unexpected celebrity departures, or that of well-known famous people. So we don't really define celebrity the way we used to. But looking back on that, Kurt Cobain in 1994 committed suicide, which shocked all the Gen Xers for sure. You'll remember that. Whitney Houston had her fatal bathtub incident at the Beverly Hills Hotel. So I think we can expect that there will be some very dramatic events around celebrities. The O.J. Simpson car chase happened under a 5-year. So did the Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan incident. And so if you're too young to know what I'm talking about, you can Google that. They were very, very exciting events. People were addicted to one of their 3 or 4 channels watching them. Next, I'm looking for huge advancements to be made in the space exploration field. We've seen some exciting things happening this year with Elon Musk. If there was ever a year that we were going to be contacted by extraterrestrials or an asteroid was going to have a collision with Earth, it would be under a 5-year. It's all about expect the unexpected. So the only thing you can control is your reaction. You can't control what's going on around you. So the more resourceful and accepting you are of what's happening, the more gracefully you'll be able to deal with things. 1958 NASA was formed, which was a 5-year, and the Space Shuttle Columbia disaster happened in 2003. So expect big movement around that. I'm also looking at major world leadership changes. I think that will happen, as well as the map may be redrawn a little bit, whether it's territorial and who has control over different regions or actual coastline changes. I am expecting some changes to the actual map, and definitely some major climate events, which For Energy, which we've been in for 2020, wants to teach people about control. And you can't control the weather. You also cannot control a virus or a pandemic. And so now in our 5-year, it's about integration and seeing how we react and how we can deal with these things. Everything's on the table: volcanoes, tsunamis, earthquakes. The big San Francisco earthquake, I think it was 1984, that was a 5-year. But it's all, Hurricane Sandy happened under a 5-year. So expect big, dramatic climate events. Let's see what else I've got. So I don't know if you've noticed how time is sort of shifting. I talked a little bit about it around the virus, but the technological advancements this year will be unimaginable right now. 5 years have brought us things like color TV, iTunes, the Polaroid picture, the assembly line, major technological advances. And so I'm thinking that what's available to us at the end of 2021, we have no idea we want that, but there's good stuff coming. And so we're going to see what used to take a decade to develop happen very rapidly in a year to 2, which will really change and advance us. Okay. And where that technology comes from is also something interesting to explore. The other thing 5 rules is acceptance of new radical ideas. So ideas that at one point seemed outlandish and ridiculous that now are laws is totally falls under a 5-year, 5 energy. In 2012, Denmark was the very first country to legalize gay marriage. And then you saw this past October, the Catholic Church recognizing gay marriage. So you can see how that evolution happens. But 5-year is the one where people get behind new ideas. So I think there's going to be more acceptance of things like the Black Lives Matter movement, equal pay for equal work, advancements of women in their fields and to higher positions. But you can look for acceptance of new ideas, I think is also going to happen, and more compassion for one another, and understanding each other. So there can really be some healing around the division right now that's happening. So that's just a few of my predictions for the coming year. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and maybe I'll do a second one. I am going to do a 2020 closing ceremony. I'll post that later in the week, just to really release all the negativity of 2020 so we can enter 2021 with optimism and just release the fear of change, because we don't have a choice. It's happening. It's a 5-year, lots of change. And for some numbers, they deal with that easier than others. But I really want you to have hope and excitement to welcome 2021 in. So watch for that video next. Let me know if you like these, if you want more. And I'm wishing everybody a very happy, healthy, safe holiday season. Be a different Christmas this year for most of us. But just know that the future has lots of evolution and change ahead. Thank you.